What's cracking, everybody? This is Charles with Cars and Comics by Charles, and in today's video I'm going to do an evaluation on Marvel subscriptions. Alright, the first thing you're going to do is go to marvel.com, and you'll notice that once you get there you'll have a bunch of options. At the very top here you can go to comics and then to print subscriptions, and you'll get to the list. You can also go to subscriptions.marvel.com. So what you're going to see here is it tells you that you get up to 45% off for the next 12 issues of your favorite comic books and free shipping. And as you scroll down, you'll see the new titles first, and all of them will have their different percentages of savings here, which is pretty substantial. Even when I order FOC, on My Comic Shop or other websites, I'm getting around 35% off. So if you notice, 40% off was very intriguing to me, and I got excited. So this is why I decided to start a couple runs here, and I'll show you what the outcome was and why I'm disappointed by the way that they ship these things and the lack of options. You can actually click on new titles, and it'll give you actually every new title that's coming out. So you see here it's currently November 21st. You got Ben Reilly's Spider-Man coming out. Brand new comic book, you get 25% off. Ghost Rider's at 40% off. And this sounds like such a great idea. You think, wow, I'm getting it straight from the manufacturer. I'm getting a hefty discount, 40% off for Silk, 40% off for She-Hulk. There's nothing like that on the internet. And I was excited. I actually got Venom, and I got the new Amazing Spider-Man run. And I was thinking, man, I just undercut even my FOC picks at 35%. I actually got 40% on both of those. And then I'm going to show you in a second how they come packaged and why it's very disappointing, because it's really the only option that you have. Two subscriptions. I got Amazing Spider-Man and I got Venom. And the sad thing is it came in a plastic piece of paper, just like a normal magazine subscription. Just basically a regular piece of plastic, and that was the only thing protecting my comic books, is this small flabby sheet that isn't even, well, maybe it's cardstock, but very thin. Doesn't prevent punctures on both sides, just one side. So pretty sad that something coming from Midtown Comics, which is one of the big comic book stores in New York, they're the ones that are sending this out, or at least that's what I understand it as, and yet there's no option from Marvel to send this in any other way other than basically like a normal magazine subscription, which is great is if all you're doing is just reading the comic, but most people out there like me like to collect the comics and like to make sure that they can uphold the value, and getting them in good condition is where it starts. So, even though the price is really attractive, 40% off, much higher than any other place that I've seen online as a non-dealer, and also 35% off. But when you're getting comic books back, and if you could see here, this is my Amazing Spider-Man. It's kind of hard to tell, but Amazing Spider-Man 74, there is quite a bit of a tear on the top. And actually I'm surprised looking at this, there's not puncture marks, but there's a lot of wear and tear on the edges of the comic, and that's expected as it's delivered like a normal magazine. And then when you look at my Amazing Spider-Man 75, you've got spine ticks here, you got a crease here on the cover, and another little spine tick there. So nothing's there's nothing substantially wrong other than that, but that brings it down significantly. That grade's going to drop from definitely not going to be a 9.8. You're looking at maybe a 9.6 at best. So it's disappointing. Definitely the Amazing Spider-Man 74, that's looking at like an 8.0. You can't undo the rip at the top of the comic. And then randomly, and I was excited about this, this number 76 was in perfect condition. It made it through the gauntlet. It had one little spine tick, but that's not enough to not get it to 9.8. So that was interesting. But I really do think that Marvel needs to give an option to send these through a Gemini mailer. That is the best way to get the best possible condition of a comic. But I think the market for these is going to be anybody that wants to save money, doesn't necessarily care about the grade. Maybe there's somebody that likes to keep a copy they can beat up, throw in their bag, take to the airport, do whatever with, throw it across the room, feed it to their dog. But for most people, this is disappointing, and Marvel does need to step up their game, offer more options for packaging. I'm willing to pay. I know the Gemini boxes are $1 each usually if you buy them in bulk, a lot cheaper. But I'm willing to pay $1.50 more. You're already getting 40% off, so right there you're looking at substantial savings, and to add $1, $1.50, it's not going to be big. to make sure that you get that subscription. But you know, like I said, this is sent through the mail. It's subject to, you know, all the travel, and it's minimally protected. So I found it like this in my mailbox, which obviously is not ideal. And if you're gone for a bunch of days, vacation or whatnot, it's just gonna be jam full, and it just leads to this being creased up more. But really, this isn't a service that's meant for people that want to uphold condition. Like I said, it's meant for convenience, somebody that wants the price discount. But really, I think if you don't care about the condition, I'd rather just go digital. You can buy those direct from Marvel.com as well. And I think from buying digital, you have more access to it. You don't care about the condition, and it's more convenient to open it up on your phone, on a Kindle, you know, or on your laptop. So anyway, disappointed by Marvel subscriptions. I canceled the 2 I had with Amazing Spider-Man and Venom. I hope they step up their game, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad it wasn't perfect, because it does undercut the local comic book shops. And if you know anything about ecosystems, any break in an ecosystem can make a whole system fail, meaning that you need the distributors to send to the local comic book shops. And then from there, you also have online comic book shops. But all three of these, including eBay and a bunch of other people in the ecosystem, need to all be present. And the more you have direct to consumer, like Marvel did here, and it goes too well, people may just at one point undercut and just go directly to Marvel instead of going to a local comic book shop, which is never good for the industry.